Hey guys, real quick intro, and when I say quick, I mean quick, 2 seconds this time. Tonight's movie is going to be Deadpool 2. I'm at the Midway Drive-In. I wish I was at the Midway Drive-In, but they're not open on Sundays. What are you doing, Midway? I'm at the Cinemark at the end of the street, and so I'll tell you what I think about the movie after, I watch it. That's how it works. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye. Alright guys, I just got done watching Deadpool, and to sum it up in one word, it was worth it. It was worth it. 4 words. It was worth it. It was totally worth it. It's a lot of meta humor. The movie is about half comedy, half action, and both halves of the equation were done well. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. I know I've been listening, I'm a big comic fan. I've probably read more comics in my lifetime than the average person has watched TV. So I know for a fact, I've been through a lot of stories. I've read a lot of stories, especially comic book stories. And I've read, Deadpool has never been my cup of tea. It's too meta for me. And when you get a meta story like that, it's hard to give a cohesive story. It's hard to give a story that matters, that makes you care about it. And both movies, the first Deadpool movie and this movie, somehow succeeds and makes me care about Deadpool and the people that are around Deadpool. I never thought I could give 2 shits about Colossus, but this movie actually made me give 2 shits about Colossus. I liked all the characters in the movie. Again, I'm a big comic book fan, so here's the deal. I listen to a lot of podcasts about comic books. Yeah, I have no life. None. And in some of these podcasts, a lot of people were concerned about X-Force being in this movie, and they were in it for approximately 10 minutes. Approximately 10 minutes. And then I think that was more of an excuse to just have Domino in the movie, who, by the way, looks nothing like she does in the comics, but was still very hot. And I not only did I enjoy her character, again, her powers are hard to write too. It's a power of luck. She's a lucky character. And it's happened in different characters before. Black Cat is another one that comes to mind from the Spider-Man verse. They did it well. There was a whole action sequence where she sets like this chain of events happening, and she just kind of navigates around all this stuff to successfully get to where she wanted to go, and it worked well. It worked really well. I liked the use of Colossus. I liked the big surprise halfway throughout the movie, who the big bad guy was going to be Juggernaut. Finally, we get a good version of Juggernaut from X-Men Last Stand, X-Men 3. That was such a piece of shit. That was such a piece of shit movie, and Juggernaut was such a bitch in that movie, and they made Juggernaut kind of a badass in this movie. It's a really nice redemption for that character. We saw all the returns from the old characters, the Megasonic, Nuclear Warhead, Teenage Warhead, or whatever her name is. She returns. Colossus returns. Deadpool's, all Deadpool's cronies return. You got the taxi driver that returned. TJ Miller returned as a bartender. You got, Blind Al, I think his name is. She returns. And they all work together. Okay, start of the film. they got Josh Brolin. Oh my God, he looked so good as Cable. So good as Cable. Yeah, so good. And every single scene, again, Ryan Reynolds kind of is the comedian of this movie, and always gives you that kind of wink for every scene. Josh Brolin as Cable plays it straight, totally straight, and I absolutely loved his character. Absolutely loved it, and it wasn't in contrast to the movie. It actually worked with the movie. Good stuff. All right, that's all the meandering thoughts I have about that movie. All the jokes landed. They were all funny. I enjoyed every single one of them. Like I said, so let's go ahead and just wrap up this really meandering, random review that where I said pretty much nothing. And just give it a numbered review. I'm going to have to say that this movie was definitely 8.5. 8.5 is my final offer. 70, I'm sorry, did I switch to a 100 scale? We'll say 85%. It was 85% for sure. For sure. So, okay. That is really short. I'm sorry, guys, for the lackluster effort that I gave this review, but I really don't have that much to say about it. I'm never a big Deadpool fan, but I did like the last movie, and I did like this movie. I don't know. I'm more excited for Solo, which is coming out next weekend. Next weekend. Just for your information, I successfully got Friday off. I will be going to the drive-in as long as they're playing Solo, because Solo is coming out next weekend. My predictions are it's going to be Solo, and Disney, you evil money-grubbing scum that you are, you're fucking with my drive-in. Last few years, they were afraid to start showing Disney movies for the simple fact that you dictated to them that they can show the first mega blockbuster, billion-dollar earner, and as long as they played the second movie was a Disney movie as well. And it turned out that like a few years ago, it was like some kind of nature documentary, and they're like, hell no, we don't want to show that because we make money on the concession. So if everybody leaves after the first movie, we're not going to make any money. There's just no reason for us to do that. So they had to pass on, I think it was like Age of Ultron. Maybe, I think it was. Yeah. F you, Disney. Stop being a boy. Stop bullying my drive-in. They don't need to show 2 Disney movies. But that's my long way of saying, more than likely, I'm just going to be reviewing one movie next week, which is going to be Solo, for the simple fact that the second movie is probably going to be a movie I've already seen. The only Disney movie that I can think of that would be worth as a second screen, as a second movie on the first screen, would be, of course, Avengers Infinity War. Since it's been out for a while, that'll probably be the second movie. And so I don't want to torture you guys with me with my random thoughts about that movie. So again, because you've already sat through it once, well, maybe. Anyways, so that's it. Next week is going to be Solo, and then we'll go from there. All right. So I guess I'll talk to you guys later on today. Talk to you later. See you. Bye.